I'm Judge Gant. Today's date is March the 21st, 2024. Are you Joshua David Washburn?
Yes, Judge Gann, I am.
Okay. Mr. Washburn, I've got 3 warrants here. The first warrant is warrant number 2024A06 202000019 for assault and battery first degree. Warrant ending in 2020, assault and battery first degree second count, and warrant ending in 0021, weapons, firearm, or ammunition by a person convicted of certain crimes first offense. Mr. Washburn, do you understand those charges?
I do not understand them, to be honest with you. Not guilty, I can say that.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you're guilty of these charges. I'm just saying, do you understand what you've been charged with?
I'm saying that I understand, yes, the wording, but as far as understanding the probable cause on this, I do not.
Okay, so this is not a hearing about your guilt or innocence, only about setting your bond.
Yes, sir, I understand that.
You had the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questioning if you wish. Can't afford to hire an attorney, want to be appointed to represent you without cost if you meet certain guidelines. Mr. Washburn, to these charges, would you like to have a public defender?
No, sir.
How about let me finish my question before you answer me, okay? We'll try it again. Washburn, do you want a public defender? Would you like to hire your own attorney, or would you like to represent yourself?
I'm going to represent myself, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I need you to look at page 1. Page 1 in bold right in the top right-hand side says waiver of right to in-person court appearance and consent to video and audio conferencing. What that means, Mr. Washburn, is you have a right to physically be here in the courtroom with me today. You can waive that right, and we can do this over these cameras. I'd like for you to know the outcome and consequences wouldn't be any different if you appeared here in person, and that I will keep a copy of this video for 60 days from today's date. Mr. Washburn, would you like to waive your right to be physically in the courtroom here and do this over these cameras?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay. I need you to sign where it says signature defendant.
Can I get I apologize. Can I get a copy of this video, Your Honor?
Yes, you can request a copy of it.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Washburn, don't check it yet. There's a box under there that says, I hereby acknowledge I've been fully informed of my right to counsel, and with that knowledge, I voluntarily waive that right. If you want to waive your right to counsel, you can. If you do, you check that box and sign it below. It's not necessary that you do that.
Yeah, I'm not going to check it.
Okay,
but
so you're good.
Yes, sir.
All right, top of page 2. Before we go any further, Mr. Washburn, is there anything you'd like to say about your bond?
Yes, Your Honor, I would. I do believe these charges carry that they look pretty bad. But being that, I mean, I know there's no evidentiary here, but I see there's a wording here that says unknown. That this is a hearsay case, and it is detrimental to my defense to be able to be out to defend myself. One being that this facility does not have the federal, by law, federally, the easily accessible papers for me to defend myself from this facility, which is against the law. Like Rule 5s, motion to dismiss, etc. It would be a lot easier to fight this on the street, even though I'm right now being held on another charge as well for other things right now. But just saying, I'm going to be putting myself up for bond here soon on that. in the near future. So I would want to make sure that the court understands that these are just charges and not guilts. And any accessible bail would be unconstitutional, Your Honor.
All right, so you said, to start out with, that it said that something about the affidavit you were saying that said something
There,
unknown.
yeah, it says an unknown weapon, and it's a black semi-automatic pistol. They don't
Okay.
have this weapon that I'm being charged with. This is hearsay, clearly.
Sure. Okay.
And then there's also when one lies on an affidavit, they've lied on all, Your Honor. I have never been convicted of a violent crime. I was convicted of growing marijuana in Indiana, in which I did sign the gun law saying that I wouldn't possess any firearms, and I have not had any firearms since then. Like if I have to handle anything, I'm trained in mixed martial arts, and I try to talk things out before anything bad happens anyway. And I haven't been in any physical altercations in a long time. So with that being said, like I've got video evidence that's going to exonerate me because I had a body camera on that day. The police, I don't know why they didn't think I had body cameras, but I had a body camera running that day. And I have my people are out there blowing this information out there onto the internet. Everybody's going to see it. This is a lying, this warrant is no good. When you lie on affidavit, that's called perjury, Your Honor. And I'm going to prove this. I have the evidence to prove this. And other witness testimonies.
Okay. Anything from the state?
I'd just like to charge back in Indiana for possession of marijuana, carrying a handgun without a license. Who is out currently, or not out, but he's currently on a holding for a nationwide pickup in Indiana. Charges of possession of narcotic, drug, level 6 felony, possession of paraphernalia, assisting law enforcement, invasion of privacy, possession of marijuana, disorderly conduct, another possession of marijuana charge. It's also has a pretty substantial criminal history.
If you would just give me the convictions.
He was convicted in Hamilton County Sheriff's Office of possession of marijuana hash, oil, 2013, Hamilton County, Indiana. Served time, served jail time. Indianapolis Police Department, 2005, he was charged with criminal recklessness, Firearms Act, possession of marijuana, charged also carrying a handgun without a license, found guilty, sentenced to 365 days, probation 355 days, suspended to the 355, found guilty on possession of marijuana, keep it up.
Your Honor, can I object?
All right, so when he gets through, I'll let you talk, but
No
I'm
problem.
gonna listen to him and then I'll listen to you.
Yes, sir.
Guilty 65 days,
What was that charge? Okay.
On 7, Oral Police Department. Resisting arrest, simple assault. In 2016 on Aurora. Theft from auto. Charge of trespassing. 2/ motor vehicle misdemeanor guilty. He was sentenced to 2 years probation. That one. South Carolina charges, he was convicted for public disorderly conduct in 2021. He was convicted of shoplifting in 2019. Malicious injury to real property in 2019. And possession of marijuana in 2019.
Or it is.
Also in 2019 in Coleman County. So he was charged with county noise ordinance, resisting arrest, convicted, suspended to suspend date 9/12/2019. Says miscellaneous criminal offense convicted. Walterboro PD, possession of meth or cocaine base 1. He was convicted to 1 year. Funds, time served. Served 95 days. 2019, got a failure to appear. Several other charges, they don't have dispositions on.
Okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Washburn.
Yes, sir. Now for the criminal recklessness in Indiana, that was a charge, yes, but it got dismissed because it was self-defense and I fired into the street. I did get charged with the carrying the handgun. As far as the failure to appears, I have proven myself that I've learned my rights and started beginning to study law in the last 4 years, that I now know how to defend myself. I've been in talks with David Miller, the solicitor. Before I even got picked up on this outstanding warrant for nationwide, I had filed a lawsuit for a Freedom of Information Act violation by the Blackville Town Hall. This has been done clearly out of retaliation for that. Again, with these charges as well, these new charges, clearly retaliation. The officer that grabbed me that day said nothing about guns being fired. He just said, you have a warrant, and I did not ID to the man. He grabbed me and put me in cuffs and threw me in the back of the car. I never ID'd to him. He just took me away, and I've been sitting ever since. And I've been just getting these warrants every time. I just beat the resisting arrest from Blackville. Okay, David Miller dismissed those charges because they were unfounded. I was tased illegally. I was out just walking around, shadow boxing, minding my own business, not bothering a soul, and was picked up by Blackville PD and tased and taken away on November 11th, 2023. Like I said, I just recently beat that charge, and there will be litigation on that too. But as far as these charges go, this is hearsay, Your Honor. And I need to be able to defend myself, and the best way I can do that is on the street, where I have easy access to all the court documents I need, access to all the evidence that I can to put forth to the courts, to prove my innocence, Your Honor. And again, lying on an affidavit is a serious crime. Like, that's not what law enforcement should be known for. And this is clearly an untruthful affidavit here, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else?
The videos will be out probably today, tomorrow on the internet for everybody to see. And I'm going to give them to David Miller as well. I promised him the last time I seen him in court on the 13th that I had video evidence of whatever went on that day without knowledge of these warrants that were getting ready to hit me with, because I did not do these things that are being alleged.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it, Your Honor.
Anything further from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, the state would just request to decide to set a bond on Mr. Washburn. State requested to be a high bond with the, also with a ankle monitor due to Mr. Washburn being a flight risk and already showing that he would flee another state to Houston.
I got a question. You said he was warranted out of Indiana. How long has he been warranted out of Indiana?
2015. So that would be one included Indiana's.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Washburn, before I set your bond?
Yes, sir. I am not going anywhere, Your Honor. There's litigation here worth a few dollars. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm not going anywhere, Your Honor. And I'll still be here until I get the bond from the out-of-state warrant, because they're not coming to get me. David told me they're not coming 250 miles out to get me. And there's also a case law called Lawrence versus King, where South Carolina cannot be the initiative or cannot initiate an extradition. Okay. I've studied the law a little bit and I know some things. I don't know it all, but I am going to continue to fight. I'm not going anywhere, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Couple things I want to comment on. One is, you were talking about your accessory to stuff you need. You may
Yes,
want to employ an attorney or use the public defender. You could still represent yourself at court, but you could use the public defender's office or an attorney to facilitate any of the things you're talking about, okay?
Sir.
If you qualify. The other is, I'm going to set your bond at $20,000 each for a total of $60,000. And I'm also going to require an ankle monitor because of your criminal history and your leaving the state and not going back for 9 years to answer the courts there. And so I'm going to have to make an amendment to one of these pages. So if you would give me a second,
Yes, sir.
and I'll be right back with you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Also,
They're going to update, I think it's page 8 and 9 and send them back to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I need you to look at page 2, number 2, Mr. Washburn. Just give me page 2, number 1. It says bail, form used at bail proceedings, skip form 1, check the box. It says form 2.
Okay. Form 2.
Yep.
Got it.
1 second, I'll be right back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Delta 3.
Or,
Go ahead. Could you check and see if they send more paperwork over for Washburn?
you don't want to go today?
Go ahead.
Ready for inspection if you're available.
I apologize.
Not a problem.
Page 2, number 2. I need your initials by number 2. It says for cases which bond was set, defendant was informed a warrant for arrest may be issued for violation of any condition as bail order. And his right and obligation to be present at his trial and the trial proceeding is absent if he fails to attend. Failure to appear in court as required may result in institution of additional criminal charges. So if you get out on bond and you don't show up for court, you can face an additional criminal charges for failure to appear. Number 3, for cases to be tried in general sessions, the defendant was informed of his right to a preliminary hearing if requested within 10 days. I'm telling you that now. I'm going to give you a copy of it in writing in a minute. Number 4, defendant's initials and these initials there. Defendant was informed of his right to trial by jury.
Okay.
Number 5, I need your initials by number 5. It says in all general sessions cases
Oh.
in which the defendant is subject to a prison sentence, defendant was informed of the following: the charges against the defendant, nature of charge, which I read at the beginning of this hearing. Your right to counsel and right to court-appointed counsel if financially unable to employ counsel. You have your initials by number 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Top of page 3, defendant was informed orally provided a copy of this form advising him his right to obtain court-appointed counsel if indigent. Must meet guidelines set forth in Rule 602B and instructions on how to obtain court-appointed counsel. In order to apply for court-appointed counsel, the defendant is required to appear for the Blackville Magistrate Court at 5997 North 14th Street, Blackville, South Carolina, for industry screening. The defendant is responsible for a statutory fee of $40 for industry screening, unless that fee is waived or reduced pursuant to 17330B. Number 6 has a big X through it. It does not apply to you.
Sir.
Number 7, if the charges are brought against you are discharged, dismissed, or not processed, or if you're found not guilty, you may have your record expunged. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Number 8, defendant is required to keep court notified of any change of interest to final disposition of these charges. I need you to sign with the signature defendant.
Got it.
Page 4, I need you to read page 4 from top to bottom. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them for you. If you don't have any questions when you get through, sign it and let me know when you're through.
Yes, Your Honor. All right. Signed it, Your Honor.
All right. Page 5, this is the preliminary hearing notice paperwork I told you about.
Yes, Your Honor.
I need you to look in like the middle of the page, left-hand side. It says, I request a preliminary hearing. You need to sign right there. You need to put your correct mailing address right there below it. If you're going to represent yourself, you're not going to need to put your attorney's name there,
Yes, sir.
unless you're planning on hiring an attorney. You know who that's going to be. And again, Mr. Washburn, I do strongly suggest that you use the public defender's office if you qualify, or get an attorney to associate with you for your representation.
Yes, sir. Signed.
All right. Page 6, State of South Carolina, County of Barnwell, State of South Carolina versus Joshua David Washburn. It lists your three charges. It says in the Court of General Sessions, notice of date and time of mandatory court appearance. This is the only notice you'll receive. Keep a copy of this for your records. You are a defendant in a criminal case. You're required to appear at the Barnwell County Courthouse at 141 Main Street, Barnwell, South Carolina, 29812. Dates and times of these appearances cannot change for any reason. Your initial appearance is set for May the 28th, 2024 at 10 a.m. in the main courtroom. Failure to appear will result in your arrest. You must be present at this appearance. If you fail to appear on this date and time, a bench warrant will be issued for your arrest. You will be placed in jail and may be held for the trial of your case. Failure to obtain an attorney may result in your bond being revoked, being held in contempt of court, fines, or jail. I have read this form. I have had it read to me. I understand these instructions have been given a copy to keep. I need you to sign the bottom left-hand side.
Get it signed, Your Honor.
All right, skip page 7. Deputy, we got a new page 8A and 9A. We'll need them to bring those up to you.
They bought me some new paperwork. I don't know if this is what you're talking about.
It should say 8A, top right-hand side, and 9A. Is that what it says?
No, they bought me the same paperwork that I already had. Hold on.
Okay.
Delta 2 Kilo 1.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Okay.
When you set the bond, you said, we thought we heard 3,000 a piece, or is that 30,000 a piece?
20,000.
20,000, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Total $60,000 cash surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Put up that money in cash, that much money worth of property, or a bondsman.
Yeah, I don't have none of that.
So while we're waiting, let's look at page 10.
Yes,
And
Your Honor.
this is just in case you change your mind and you want to consult with a public defender. Would you like for me to go over this paperwork with you?
I think I can understand it, Your Honor.
Okay, let's go ahead and fill it. Would you like to fill it out where you can be screened for a public defender?
I'll hold on to it.
Okay.
I think I have a little bit of time. I know not much time, but I have to think on it a little bit.
Okay,
I just have a hard time trusting the system.
okay,
I didn't know my rights before. That's why my criminal history is so long. I do now.
Paperwork. You should have 8A and 9A. Yeah. 9A. He going to see now, Judge.
okay.
And Your Honor, I am a full-time student of psychology too. I'm getting ready to go for my doctorate. Just want to let the court know that. My school's on hold right now. It hurts, but I've been bettering myself over the years. The last 4 years, I've really turned the corner.
That's good.
More towards civil disobedience than breaking laws anymore, Your Honor.
I understand. So, and I know I'm beating a dead horse, but since we got some time here, if you decide to are you employed at this time, Mr. Washburn?
I'm self-employed, Your Honor, and I'm a full-time student.
So do you make over $15,000 a year?
Right now, no, Your Honor, I don't. But I do have some litigation in where, somebody owes me $8,000. I haven't filed the paperwork yet, but they owe me $8,000 for work I have done. But of course, I can't fight that from here. I have 2 years to file it, but I have all my stuff ready to go, so I can file.
Okay.
But
So I understand that. So if you do make less than $15,000, you would qualify for a public defender.
yes, sir.
And they're sworn to uphold their oath. And, you know, even if you don't use them to fully represent you, you could use them, for assistance in getting any paperwork and, motions you need to file.
I do believe it would be awesome for everybody to be able to have easily accessible paperwork within the facilities, you know, required by law, Your Honor. Just for that reason, because it'll be easily accessible.
We have it, Judge.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
And I've got to find what I did with mine. All right, page 8A, under number 1, says if you released from jail, you must not leave the state of South Carolina, and that you must be on good behavior. If you'll skip down to number 3,
Yes, sir.
it says the defendant shall appear in the term of General Sessions Court beginning May the 28th, 2024 at 10 a.m. at General Sessions Court at 141 Main Street, Barnwell, South Carolina. You're to remain throughout that term of court if no disposition is made during that term. The defendant shall appear and remain throughout each succeeding term of court to the final disposition of this case unless otherwise ordered by the court. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so your bond amount is $60,000 cash or surety. The bottom right-hand side of this rectangle, I need you to put your initials right there. And number 4 under it says defendant will notify the court promptly if he changes his address from the one contained in this order, and he will comply with those other conditions described herein. You understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Top of page 9A. Acknowledged by the defendant says, I understand if I violate a condition of this order, a warrant for my arrest will be issued. I understand I have been informed I have the right and obligation to be present at this trial, and should I fail to attend court, the trial will proceed in my absence. It has been explained to me if I fail to appear before the court is required, a warrant for my arrest will be issued. This says that you live at 2410 Cane Branch Road, Walterboro, South Carolina. Is that correct?
Right now, at this moment, it is not correct. I'm here at the jail, but I have moved, but I personally don't know where my stuff has moved to, just for protection to everybody, Your Honor.
Okay.
But if I am on bond, I will hold up my end of the bargain and let you guys know where I'm going before I'm released.
All right.
Not going anywhere. I'm fighting.
All right. And you understand you violated conditions order, warrant for your arrest will be issued. It says, I understand I have been informed have the right and obligation to be present at this trial, and should I fail to attend court, the trial will proceed in my absence. It has been explained to me if I fail to appear before the court is required, a warrant for my arrest will be issued. You understand that?
I do understand that, Your Honor.
Is that your correct phone number?
Yes, sir. That is my correct phone number.
And I need you to sign the top right-hand line, which is signature defendant. And then I need you to go down the left-hand side of the page. It says A, B, C, and D.
I see it. Yes, sir.
Check the box that says D.
The other
D
condition.
is
Yes,
a
sir.
dog.
Got
It
it.
says, no contact with the victim directly or indirectly. Ankle monitor must be affixed and paid for by the defendant before his release. Ankle monitor reports must be sent to B. Gray at thetownofblackville.com. After it says townofblackville.com, I need you to write your name right there. And so you have actually waived your right to a public defender. That's not set in stone.
Yes, sir.
If you want to fill that paperwork out, page 10, 11, and 12.
For the access to the court document, yeah, I think I probably should do that.
Okay.
If you're telling me that they're not going to give them to me here, then that's the only way I would get them. Then I have to do that.
Do you want to let's fill it out while we're here?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right.
Thinking about it.
All right. So look at number 1. And it says, are you presently employed?
Yes, sir.
You said you were self-employed, so I need you to check yes.
Yes, okay. I checked no, but yeah, I'll recheck it. The one with the X on it is the right one. The one that scribbled through is not good.
Okay. And then it says salary or monthly wage. Just put your estimated monthly wage. And if you're self-employed, just put self-employed there. You can skip the next one, go to number 2. It says, include employment information for your spouse if available.
Don't have one.
All right, skip that one. Skip the next one and go over to page 3. It says list the name and age of relationship to you, to any persons who are dependent upon you for support, indicate beside.
I don't have any, Your Honor.
All right. You can just put none there. Number 4, it says, have you received within the past 12 months any money from any of the following sources? Business or profession or form of self-employment?
Yes.
Okay. Rent, payments of interest or dividends?
No.
Pension, annuity, life insurance payments?
No.
Gifts or inheritances?
No.
Any other source of money?
No.
Okay. Go to number 5. Do you own any cash or do you have any money or in checking or savings account?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you own any real estate, stocks, bonds, notes, or other valuable property, excluding ordinary household furnishings or clothing?
No, sir.
Number 7, what kind of motor vehicle do you own?
None. None.
Okay. Do you have any or owe any loans, have any loans or mortgages or encumbrances of debt?
Just rent and bills. That's it.
Okay. And you can read number 12, page 12. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer. If not, sign and date it right there.
Now, should I put on this too, Your Honor? The reason for using the public defender for access to paper, or
You
Or
you
will
don't
they-
need to put that. You'll have full access to, you can use as much or as least of it as you want to.
thank you, Your Honor. Can we try to, well, they'll figure that out once that's turned in with the waiver, the $40 fee, right, Your Honor?
Yes, I'll waive your $40 fees since you're in jail.
Appreciate it.
Let me ask you a question on your monthly wage. What'd you put out there?
1,200, Your Honor. That's a give or take. It could be more sometimes. It depends on the job I'm doing, but roughly it's about 1,200.
So it appears you're going to qualify. So I'm going to grant you, as soon as I get the paperwork back, I'll grant you a public defender and I'll send this paperwork to them and they'll get in contact with you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have you signed it yet and dated it?
I'm doing it right this second. What the date is, the 21st.
Yep. Do you have any other questions about it?
No, sir, I do not. I appreciate you doing that, Paul.
You mean, the last page you don't need to do because we just filled out all that paperwork. There's instructions on how to fill it out.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
You will be getting a copy of all this paperwork.
Thank you.
Deputy, I appreciate it. Mr. Washburn, you got any more questions?
You wouldn't, never mind, you wouldn't be interested in the video, so I'm just gonna send it to solicitor, because that's the rules. Once I am found innocent of these charges I can have expunged off my
Yes,
record.
sir. Yes, sir. I read that to you. I believe it's number,
You did. I just wanted to double check
yes.
just for clearance.
Yep. If they're dismissed or found not guilty, then they'll be taken off your record.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. I hope you have a good day, man. Sorry to see you in here again.
No problem. All right. Good luck to you.
Thanks, sir. Good.
Deb, if you would fax my copies back, please.
Okay. 1:30.